This is a film about a visit to Jaipur, including the Jhalana Leopard Safari Park on the outskirts of Jaipur. Jaipur is the capital of Rajasthan, the geographically largest Indian state that includes the Great Indian Desert, hence camels are frequently seen moving about. Jaipur is also known as the Pink City due to the dominant color scheme of its heritage buildings, which were stuccoed pink to welcome Prince Albert, the future Emperor of India, in 1876. Jaipur was built as a walled city with 7 major gates in the 18th century. The famous Palace of the Winds, or the Hawa Mahal, was built in 1799 with 953 windows so that the royal women could discreetly view the public street below. The public street below is certainly worth viewing, as it is alive with all manners of activity that make India so fascinating to foreign visitors. The city's rhesus macaque monkeys raid market stalls, so they are an annoyance to shopkeepers. The color of the goods displayed in the shops is beautiful. The special place the cows have in India was made abundantly clear when a cow wandered nonchalantly down the sidewalk past us. The blade sharpener working in a shower of sparks without eye protection made one wince. Motorbikes are numerous and everywhere. They zoom around pedestrians without the slightest concern. It was surprising to come across the Astrological Research Institute, whose research must be out of this world. The Jantar Mantar Astronomical Observatory in Jaipur, completed in 1734, features the world's largest stone sundial. The city palace was established at the same time as the city of Jaipur in 1727 by the then Maharaja, who moved his court to Jaipur from the Amer Palace due to water supply issues there. Although the era of the princely states effectively ended with Indian independence in 1947, the royal family of Jaipur continues to this day and lives in the city palace with some 500 personal servants. In the inner palace courtyard, there are 4 doorways. Each of the doors is unique in its design and decoration, and beautiful to behold. The Peacock Gate is dedicated to the Lord Vishnu and represents autumn. The Southwest Lotus Gate, dedicated to Shiva, represents the summer season. While the Jaipur royal family isn't recognized formally by the government of India, their wealth, estimated at up to $3 billion, make them something of a special case in India. 2 huge sterling silver water urns were made to hold the water of the holy Ganges River for the Maharaja Singh's use during his visit to London in 1902 for the coronation of Edward VII, Emperor of India. It is shocking to see some beggars who are horribly crippled, looking like they just stepped out of a scene from a 19th century Indian story by Rudyard Kipling. The beautiful Jal Mahal is an 18th century palace in the middle of the 15-foot deep Mansagar Lake. We stopped beside a snake charmer to get an overview of the Amer, or Amer Palace, from Mato Lake. The palace or fort dates from the 11th century and was the capital of Rajasthan until 1727, when the Maharaja moved the capital from Amer to Jaipur. The Jaipur stepwell in Amer is a square design well with 8 levels of crisscrossing steps leading down to a deep green pool of water. The stepwell was built by the Maharaja Jai Singh in the 16th century to preserve rainwater from the seasonal monsoons for use in the dry season. Even though Amer is a large urban area with a population of some 450,000, dung cakes are still made and used as heating fuel, despite the increased air pollution associated with the use of this type of fuel. Near the palace entrance, a busker was playing a Ravana Hatha, which may be the ancestor of the modern violin. Just inside the palace entrance, the huge Jalvi Chow courtyard was alive with birds, tourists, and elephants. For many, the image of Indian elephants dressed up and carrying people is synonymous with the impressive ceremonies of India. So seeing these elephants in the courtyard of the Amer Palace was wonderful on first glance. However, there is more to this story than meets the eye. For years, tours have ridden elephants up the steep hill to the Amer Palace. There are over 100 working elephants serving tourists. Each elephant completes a steep, hot journey up to the palace multiple times a day. The elephants are controlled using bullhooks. While the elephants are impressive and wonderfully decorated, there is a dark side to this practice involving the abuse of elephants and their trafficking. Investigations have found that elephants that are blind, sick, or injured are forced to work, and some elephants have mutilated tusks and ears. In short, while elephants add to the scene at the Amer Palace, the dark side of the elephant exploitation strongly argues against tourists riding elephants up to the palace. Due to the mistreatment of the Amer elephants, more than 100 travel companies have ended ticket sales for elephant rides, and they are encouraging tourists to take a jeep up to the Amer Palace instead. The Amer Wall, sometimes called the Great Wall of Amer, stretches protectively for over 100 kilometers along the mountain ridges that encircle the Amer Fort. The huge Jagar Fort was built as part of the Amer Wall in 1726 to protect the Amer Palace complex some 400 meters below it. The Amer Palace hosts a stunning collection of architectural and artistic features that are best viewed in person. The amazing Sheesh Mahal, or mirror palace that dates from the 17th century, contains numerous tiny mirrors, patterned mosaics, and colored glasses embedded in its walls and ceilings. The palace is a popular grounds with photographers and their models. However, models dressed in what's deemed to be non-Indian clothes were not welcomed. In Jaipur, the nighttime sky is alive with fireworks and sky lanterns on Republic Day, which marks and celebrates the date on which the Constitution of India came into effect on 26 January 1950. Jhalana is a small 20 square kilometer or 8 square mile area of wildlife right on the outskirts of Jaipur, a city with a population of 4.5 million. It's hard to believe, but it has been proven that this is an excellent place to see leopards, which are normally shy and difficult to spot. However, in Jhalana, due to the absence of tigers, with the last tiger being killed in 1948, leopards are apex predators, so they are diurnal instead of nocturnal, which makes seeing them much more likely. This park was formerly a private shooting area of Jaipur's royal family, and in 2017 it was identified as a leopard reserve. After 1.5 hours of driving around the reserve in the cold of the morning, we had only seen some leopard pug marks and ungulates like antelope and sambar deer. Just when doubt about seeing a leopard was setting in, the driver received a call on his radio and immediately sped off at high speed down the dusty track. Obviously, a leopard had been spotted by a fellow driver. Despite our race, we weren't the first gypsy at the leopard sighting, so we had to squeeze into the available space, which in our case meant high grass screening the head of the leopard, which was only about a football field away. The leopard was resting in the cold of the morning, so while we could observe him for about an hour, he was mostly lying down and rolling over. The Indian leopard looked much different than the snow leopard that I had seen in Ladakh. After an hour, the leopard finally yawned, got up, and wandered off into the undergrowth.
Holy Lord, he's moving.
With the leopard gone, we raced to the exit of the reserve and were immediately back into the hustle and bustle of Jaipur. A visit to Jaipur is very rewarding, even more so if it includes a game drive in the Jhalana Leopard Safari Park. If you enjoyed this film, please subscribe and like. There are many more similar films available on my channel.